What is a mathematical object? Okay, we can build this notion on the notion of an abstract concept. So to understand what is a mathematical object, you need to understand what is an abstract concept arising in mathematics. Okay, let's look at the abstract concept. Abstract concept is defined as an abstract idea. So we can build the notion of the concept as on the top of the notion of the abstract idea. It is understood to be a fundamental building block underlying of principles, thoughts, and beliefs. Underlying building block underlying principles, thoughts, and beliefs. Okay, we need to understand what are the thoughts and what is the beliefs. Concepts play an important role in all aspects of cognition, of course. Cognition is a mental action or process of acquiring knowledge and understanding through thought, experience, and the senses. Okay. So we need to understand what the senses, experience, and thoughts. To understand what is a cognition. So what is the let's start from abstract idea. Oh, abstract, just abstract. Now of course we know what is abstraction. Where we remove the details and we have the abstraction. And what is idea? What is idea? Ideas are results of thought. So we need to understand what is a thought. And also, ideas can be mental representation or images of some objects. We have objects and they go into our heads and put these images in our thoughts. Many philosophers have considered ideas to be fundamental ontological category of being. So we need to understand what is ontological category of being. Category of beings. Okay. Oh, let's go into concept again. This is abstract idea, okay. Let's go to mathematical objects. Again, a mathematical object is an abstract concept arising in mathematics in the usual language of mathematics. An object is anything what has been or could be formally defined. And each one may be deductive reasoning and mathematical proofs. Okay. Typical mathematical object can be a value, one key can be assigned to a variable, and therefore can be involved in formulas, logical formulas. Commonly encountered mathematical objects include numbers, sets, functions, expressions, geometric objects, transformations of other mathematical objects and spaces. Mathematical objects can be very complex. For example, theorems and proofs themselves can be seen as mathematical objects. And even all the theories can be seen as mathematical objects. In a proof theory. Okay, so proof theory can investigate all the other theories as objects. As the algebra work with the numbers, the proof theory work with the other theories. So abstraction grows and grows. The ontological status of mathematical objects has been the subject of much investigation and debate by philosophers of mathematics. And here we can see a very big list of mathematical objects by branch. Number theory, numbers and operations, combinatorics, permutations, derangements, combinations, set theory, set partitions, function relations, category theory, categories, functor, morphism, objects, natural transformations, geometry, points, lines, line segments, polygons, triangles, hexagons, circle, ellipses, parabolas, hyperbolas, polyhedra, so many of them here. Graph theory, graphs, trees, nodes, edges, topology, closed sets, filters, neighborhoods, nets, open sets, topological spaces, uniformities, manifolds, atlases, charts, linear algebra, scalars, vector matrices, tensors, abstract algebra, groups, rings, modules. Okay, many things. Group theories, lattices, order theoretic lattices. Categories are simultaneously homes to mathematical objects and mathematical objects in their own right. In proof theory, proofs are theorems are also mathematical objects. Wow. And of course here we have two notions related: abstract object, something not concrete that lives in our head, and mathematical structure. Okay. So there are many objects, but what is the some property of all these objects which all they have? And this is abstract concept. And again, what is abstract concept? This is an abstract idea. Okay. Fundamental block, underlying principles, thoughts and beliefs. This is again, they came into the thoughts and beliefs. So everything is our thoughts. Everything is our thoughts. Interesting. But mathematical object is want to be formally defined. And interesting, if we talking about our thoughts, can all our thoughts be formally defined? I mean that if there exist some thoughts which can't be formally defined. I don't know, this is a qualia or something like this. So actually, the mathematical objects are the subset of all possible thoughts in our heads and the head of all other people, or maybe in the head of some other consciousness. For example, if aliens exist, or maybe super mind exists or God exists, the concept of thoughts which arise in the mind of God or alien, can they be formally defined? Because the formalization is something that lives in our material world. Okay, you can find it on a paper as a science and so on. But the thoughts itself is an abstraction, is something in our head, is idea. We can't find it in the material world. We can only have it inside our cognition process. I can't find my thoughts here in this reality with some senses. But of course I can formalize some of my thoughts to do the somehow like a B action between my thoughts and some symbols and formalize that thing. And actually these symbols are not the same as my thoughts. So who read these symbols, it need to so these symbols must produce in his head the same thoughts, but will they produce the same thoughts? So, and actually, if the mathematical object is the concept of the mathematical object is defined on top of what is our thoughts, and it cannot, we can say, cannot. So actually, we can say that the formalization can't express our thoughts. So if there exists something that can't be expressed in formal, the nature of this thing, the nature of our thoughts can't be expressed in the synthetic formalism. How can this thing, ask to me, how can this thing be used to express our thoughts in its nature, in its nature, yes, because this thing is not our thoughts. And how can AI simulate the consciousness if it is just the game with the symbols? It's not the thoughts itself. The thoughts only in the human heads. How the you can talk that AI has the consciousness? So again, the playing with the symbols is not the real thoughts. The playing with the real thoughts. If you play with the symbols, this is just the synthetic process. It's not thinking itself. So this thinking is some phenomena which we can feel. We have this qualia, but the formalization is just playing with the symbols mechanics. There is no soul there.